Welcome to another episode of the Angels Positivity and Love Show. Incredible guests the world over with amazing insights, experiences, and really high frequency, high vibe. We'll call it the heart, we'll call it love, that they're here to share with all of us. We've had an amazing run. We're approaching 3 years. By the time you see this, we're probably just over the 3 year mark. I believe this is mid-February. Angels Positivity and Love Show 2026. We have what I'll describe as a regular guest because she's been on three mind, body, spirit panels. A fourth is coming up. Um, Fantastic high vibe guest. She's been on this particular show before and also the APL Spotlight series. She's originally from South Africa, living in Central America now. She's just an amazing intuitive healer. There's many hats that she wears. Super high vibe, super connected to the universe, loving consciousness, and much more. Natalie Namaste, you are well named, and I love having you on. So it's great seeing you again, and thanks for being back.
Oh, Michael, it's wonderful to be here with you.
Well, happy 2026. I know as we're taping, we're not quite there yet. As you're watching this, we're there. Um, Talk to us first, before we dive into specific topics. Talk to us about the big picture for mankind, and how is everything really about relaxing more, maybe going within, no matter what you see externally. How can we cultivate more kindness, more gentleness, more compassion, and more love for ourselves and for our fellow man?
Yeah. So it's about undoing that which we're not to land back into that which we already are. So kindness and compassion and um, all these deep energies, they're actually even beyond emotions. They're our true nature, and they're beneath, they're deep, deep, deep inside. And on a daily basis, we run with our thinking mind and we feel our emotions, and sometimes we can get so caught up in it. And just to know that there's two things that we can have which create such support on a daily basis. It's awareness and equanimity. So having awareness of whatever's arising moment by moment, and equanimity means having a state of mind that remains balanced and open, and it's very soft and gentle. And when you've got those two, no matter what happens in the world, no matter what happens in your own mind, you're able to kind of just move through it. And when you move through it, while maintaining equanimity and awareness, you actually start to dissolve deep patterns that are inside. They come up to the surface and they dissolve because the light that we are is so bright that it can dissolve any patterns. So all the patterns that we have, all the conditioning, the programs, the thoughts that we have, everything that we believe, it holds us in place. And we want to crack through that so that we can land back in that compassion, that love, that natural state of being. And so, yeah, I live it. It's actually not something that we need to do in order to achieve something. It's a practice, it's a way of life. So being aware of whatever's arising and knowing that it's okay. This too shall pass. Like everything is frequency waves. A thought is a frequency wave. An emotion is a frequency wave. So if you hold space for it and you watch it, like clouds moving through your inner sky, they'll pass. And you'll actually dissolve those clouds. You'll dissolve those patterns, those shadows, and you'll empty out the ego, that part of the mind that like runs the show and controls you. Gently with awareness, you'll empty it out, and as it empties, it rests upon the primordial state of being, consciousness. And in that space, you access this love, this kindness that you don't think, oh, I need to be kind. Oh, I should send love. No, no. It's a flow of the universe that just naturally arises. You know those feelings where all of a sudden you just cry with love because you feel like your heart's cracking open because you just feel it. It's just so strong. It's that what we're talking about. That's your true nature, and it's always here, beneath the chatter of the mind, beneath the flutter of emotions, the deep stillness of love and presence. It's always here.
Mm. So love is what allows us to see all the contrast, all the details, all the stuff we might normally react to, reject, or have just done it, but you're not your thinking. So love is what allows us to appreciate all that is right in front of us, maybe what we saw on a TV, a conversation we overheard at the coffee shop. Talk to us a little bit about how everything is our opportunity for growth, expansion, more love. So that little space that is the doorless door, the opening here, talk to us about how do we go from detail, contrast, what we're experiencing, seeing,
Mm.
to in each moment is our opportunity.
Yeah. So everything that appears in our reality, everything that's outside of us is is based off our frequency, our energy. So we truly are the creators of our reality. It's amazing. What we truly believe in is the deepest frequency waves in our system. And it's going out like this, and it's magnetizing in what we experience. So just knowing that means, okay, hold on. I'm the creator of my reality. I'm responsible for what's happening, even when it's hard stuff. So even when we've got someone outside of us who's triggering us, like they're making you so irritated and frustrated, in that moment, the power is in the pause. You can take a moment. You can, even if you feel such strong emotion, like anger and irritation, they're the emotions of fire. So they can like take over us and we can become kind of unconscious. But what we can do is pause and something powerful happens. We claim back our energy and our power and we remember, okay, I don't need to react to this. This person that's triggering me is doing it for a reason. It's for me. It's helping me to release something that's hidden from my surface level mind. So we have what you call the unconscious mind, but it's really not unconscious. It's the part of the mind that if you're sleeping and you've got an ant crawling on you, it's so conscious it will react to scratching. So it's not unconscious, it's very conscious. It's the depth of the mind that is constantly reacting to sensations on the physical body. Now, when a person outside triggers us, first of all, we have thoughts about it, we cognize, and then we have sensations in the body. Say we're frustrated and anger, we'll have fire burning in our body. And then that fourth layer, that part of the mind that then reacts, if you pause, you can consciously choose not to react. And you can also recognize that because you've got a frequency match to that person outside of you, that's why you're having an emotional reaction to them. They're actually your greatest teacher. Triggers are our teachers. They are helping you to recognize that you've got a frequency and it's a lower frequency. It's gotten stuck in your system, in the physical body, that's ready to bubble up to the surface and be cleared out. So take your outside world as opportunities to always be able to recognize what's happening inside. The outside world is a mirror based on your inner vibration. So whatever's going on out there, you're able to go, okay, this is what's happening. And maybe it's good things, maybe it's harder things, whatever it is. Don't attach to the good things. Don't repel the negative things. Equanimity. Observe. Ah, okay, this is happening. It's happening because there's a frequency match. Let me explore this. Let me look a bit deeper inside. Let me see what I'm feeling inside. Sometimes it's so easy to blame and project, and that just keeps us stuck in a loop that keeps karma, that builds karma, that builds cause and effect energy. And sometimes you'll have like tightness in your back or your neck, or that's all patterns reoccurring because you keep acting the same way. You keep reacting to your environment. But you've got another way to do this. You can consciously choose to feel what's happening in your body and not react. And the beautiful thing is anicca, the Sanskrit for impermanence. Everything is frequency waves. It's going to change. And so if you can just hold space and observe and witness, in a moment it's going to change. That feeling of fire, frustration, anger, if you hold space for it, it's going to move through you. Actually, when we don't have a lot of karma that we hold, like soul contract stuff and ancestral stuff and past life stuff, if we've done a lot of releasing and healing, we have less and less that we're carrying. We're much lighter and we're able to witness an emotion move through us. And it actually only takes 90 seconds to move through us. So it's so worthwhile. And every time you keep coming back to you, you keep being aware of your body, where you feel it, watching the alchemy and the movement of the energy transform. It releases another layer. You feel an expansion, you feel lighter. So it's so worthwhile doing. And don't try to attach to a future point. Oh, I need to dissolve all my shadows so that I can feel better and lighter. The process itself is the blessing. Being alive, being human, and to be able to go through spiritual awakening and release layers. Every time you release a layer, you've moved from a contracted space to an expanded space, and you feel more of the light of your soul. So, every way along this journey, you are rewarded. But don't attach to the rewards because every time you attach to the good sensations, you're actually holding in karmic patterns of attachment. And so we want to actually start to release more and more and more. We don't want to attach, we don't want to repel. We want to just be with what is. The present moment is the gift of being alive. So just being with whatever arises, whether it's deep grief and sadness, wow, you get to cry, you get to feel. This is what it's like to be alive. This is what it's like to be human. And when you feel great joy, you get to experience it, but know that this too shall pass, this too shall change. Because being here in the human experience, being on earth, it's ever changing. And so the one thing that's constant is very, very, very deep inside of us. It's the awareness of it all. That doesn't change. That's the depth of the essence of you. Yeah. So it's quite amazing when you start this journey. And Michael, it's never ending because there's always another layer to shed and another expansion to be had. And it's so fun to be alive.
Yes. I have a nitty gritty question. I don't know, in 400 taped episodes, I've asked a nitty gritty question. So, to put a break in there, I'm going to light some sage and blow sage. And I'm going to reference in a second MLK, Mandela, without saying any more about those two fellows, but they did something in their time on the highest vibe side. And then there's current situations, we'll just say Europe or the UK. I want to throw a scenario out where someone hasn't watched this show just yet and they clicked a like on a post, that was it, that was critical of a football coach or the parent association. And the police are showing up at 2 a.m. to either warn them for their social media activity or arrest them. How can that be an opportunity? And we're not going to get into any more politic details, but they end up having to go through a court process. Can you, in a moment, we'll light sage first, can we go nitty gritty and just have you show how even dark harsh experiences are still some of the greatest opportunities. Sometimes it takes us a year, 10 years to look back and say, "Ooh, I grew and I helped others in the process." Okay. But sometimes I think these days it can be very accelerated. And this is what I think your show is pointing to. So, first, sage. If anyone's wondering what this is, I got sage in there. It's a crate and barrel tea light in a rainbow shell. Forgot what the shell's called, abalone. And I'm going to light it, and I've got a red-tailed hawk feather. I'm going to blow it through two screens. We've done this before. Natalie, you're in Central America. So I'm in Texas. And it really doesn't matter what year it is and what place you're in. As long as you're in your heart, you can smell sage, but also there's no limit. So catch sage, flowers, ocean, and then ask for extra if you're really grooving out. Whatever the extra is, put it in the comments or at least do an emoji that you got it if you're shy. Okay, Natalie, are you already getting the sage in Central America? Okay.
Absolutely.
If
I'm feeling
yeah,
it clear the third eye chakra. So everyone who's here, this is powerful. This is really clearing the third eye, which means that you can connect deeper to your soul and your intuition through this.
and if you'll allow for one more experience, it could be light around you, eyes open, eyes closed. It could be flowers, ocean. It could be, what are they called? Light symbols, or just a peace
Yeah.
symbol, or something fun. A happy face actually is a light symbol. It could be anything.
Yeah, sparkles, lots of sparkles of joy and playfulness and yeah.
Okay, so I've already said as much harshness or nitty-gritty as I needed to, but I'd love for you to run with it and show how no matter what situation you find yourself in, health, divorce, this, that, or social media experience, which is now very possible. There's a lot of like censorship restrictions. You have to log in as of, I think it was December 27th in Australia to just use the internet. You have to kind of prove who you are and then you get tracked. So there's a lot of consequences for now your activities online for what we would have considered innocuous 10 years ago. And so let's draw on MLK, Mandela. If those aren't great examples, Buddha. What do we need to know about how everything is our opportunity, even if we get stuck in something? And Natalie, you're so good at this. You've jumped right to the top of the mogul as we're skiing down the mountain. You don't have to hit the valleys if you don't want.
Yeah. So when we go through something really challenging and hard, it's giving us the deepest opportunity because we are so the mind is so complex. It is so deep. It has got so many patterns that we are carrying that the surface level of the mind doesn't always bring up to our awareness. So when we go through something heavy, it's giving us the most deepest opportunity to bring something that was so hidden from us up to the surface so that it doesn't need to be a part of our life anymore. So, yeah, we have to take one step at a time, one breath at a time, and know that this too shall pass. I'm going to get through this. Not try to rush it because we really want to embody this experience so that it can fully be dissolved from our energy field so that it's no longer a part of our patterning, so that down the line we don't manifest and magnetize in a reoccurring pattern and a similar experience. When you fully accept, and acceptance is the vibration of love, and love dissolves everything. So when you fully accept, okay, I'm going through this and I can get through it because the light that I am is so bright and it's going to burn through this density, this heavy stuff. And I'm going to transform. I'm going to dissolve some rooted stuff that's been clinging and hiding deep inside of me. It could be past life stuff. It could be ancestral stuff, but it's going to be the stuff that's like often in life blocks us and stops us from abundance, from like feeling the joy and expansion of living. And so it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity. So everything that we go through is an opportunity to dissolve that which we're not, so that we can experience more of the infinite being that we truly are. So if you can, no matter how hard it is, remember this and just take one step at a time and know that your breath is breathing light and cleansing. The breath is so cleansing. Every breath you take is cleansing and clearing the habit patterns and all those old energies out of your system. And I've been through it. Gosh, 11 years ago, I had depression and I went and did a Vipassana 10-day silent retreat. And on the fifth day, this dark voice in my mind spoke to me and it said, "Don't worry, Natalie, if you don't get through this, you can go and hang yourself like you've done in a past life." And that voice shook me and I was crying and I faced some of the darkest energy inside of myself. And just by facing it, I completely healed depression. I've not suffered depression again from because I allowed myself to sit and observe darkness come up to the surface and move out.
Mm-hmm.
And once it's clear, it's clear. Like you pull it out from the root, and all that's left is residue. So I've experienced sadness, but I've got such strength of equanimity and awareness to be able to witness what sadness feels like in the body and watch it dissolve and transform. And so once you rip out a root, this is liberation. So no matter what you're going through, you can get through it. There's something so much more powerful in you and brighter in you that can get through any darkness.
I'll still ask one more question on that front, but I'll do one act between questions. And then I'd love to ask you about your latest retreat. But I've got a selenite wand, crystal point, whatever the right words are. But he talks, and you can catch a sound bath all around you. So in your ears, physically, you can hear. You can hear English from our selenite crystal. And then if you don't mind putting a hand out or using your whole body to feel, so like we're juggling a lot of balls here. What are you getting? What are you feeling? And at home, people, if you want to treat this like a fireplace, you won't feel fire, you'll feel different. You can hear in your ears. And if you need extra help, ask angels to get you out of your head into your heart or breathe more with your shoulders going up and down. Nose, mouth, it doesn't matter. As long as you're breathing, you're breathing. Congratulations. And I'll tell
Wow.
one dad joke. It's Bert and Ernie, Sesame Street. Bert offers Ernie ice cream. What's Ernie say? Sure, Bert. Okay. Now, are you getting the sound in your ear? It's a high pitched. It's beautiful. I don't know how. I've lost my English. Did you get a little sound in your ear?
Yes, and actually, that sound in my ear, I can feel doing something in the right side of the body, and the right side of the body is holds the energy of doing and pushing and control. So we're all getting a strong release of that pattern that's happening right now.
And he speaks. It won't be like a third grader. He speaks, but he still keeps it pretty short. What are you hearing from the selenite? It might be personal advice. Just say, got it. If it's something you can share, maybe personal advice first, and then something for us all as a reminder, and then come back when you're ready.
The habit pattern of control is due to feeling insecure, unsafe, or unsupported. So right now, give yourself a hug. Let yourself know that you are loved and you're supported, and you'll feel a shift and a change in your energy.
Yay. Awesome job. And that's new. We haven't done that before, and you didn't know that was coming. So, congratulations. Awesome. Possum, as they say in Texas. I'm from the East Coast, so I never said that. But um, okay, here's the nitty-gritty question. So, let's pick an example where, uh-oh, you hit a like on a social media post, or you might have typed a few words, but 10 years ago, no one would have gotten in trouble for that. Now, 2 a.m. just to harass you a little, they show up at your door. You're in a foreign country, Europe or something, and you've got to go through the system. Is it okay to be is it okay to do the opposite instead of reacting and making it worse? Can you treat everyone with love and kindness? Can we talk about being in the heart and truly standing in love, and so that people feel it no matter what's really going on? You're still going to have to do a year in jail for this, or 2 or 6 months, just for liking a post. And that's happened in the past before social media existed, but in other examples, water fountains or other stuff in America. Talk to us about how to be more love no matter what.
Yeah.
And good
So
luck. Good luck with that, by the way.
I mean, that's a deep one. I could actually feel it like a contraction in my body. Like, gosh, like if that happened to me, oh, it would be so hard to be in love when you're actually feeling fear in your body in that moment. So what's important is don't try push yourself into love because you won't, you'll be then trapping fear, which is like a cold, cool energy in the body. So in that moment, give yourself permission to like feel the fear and what's running through your system. Allow yourself to cry, to feel all the emotions and just hold yourself and support yourself through it. It's very important that those contracting, uncomfortable emotions are allowed to release and leave the body. Otherwise, they remain trapped in your system. So in that moment, when you're all of a sudden finding out that this is happening to you, embrace the present moment and allow yourself to let all the different types of emotions out in whatever way comes naturally, but not on another person. A healthy way of releasing emotions is being in the body, allowing the tears, allowing sound, allowing yourself to shake it out, move it out, just get it out, get all that energy out. And then you'll be able to naturally land back into the heart. And you'll then, because your mind becomes clouded, you're not able to just go, okay, wait, I've got to be love and kind to this person who's putting me in jail. That's like trying to force yourself to do something that's not at the vibration you're in. You got to allow what's arising, let it pass, and then once it's passed, there's a spaciousness that's created. In that spaciousness, you can then consciously choose to enter back into your heart. You can bring your hands here and you can come back here and you can remember, okay, everything that happens in my reality is based off my vibrations inside. So somehow this is meant to be coming in. Maybe it's past life stuff that I've done to others. Who knows? It doesn't matter. I don't need to stay in my thoughts and try and understand it through the thinking mind. I need to drop deeper now. I need to accept that what's happening in my reality is due to an energetic code that I'm vibrating. Okay, so I'm going to face it. And then you're just in your heart. And as you face it, as you accept it, you start to move through the layers. So you'll have more releases of stuff. It'll be hard, it'll be intense, and as you have releases, you drop more into this love vibration that's always here. It's the baseline of our true nature. And then when you accept it, you're then able to look at everyone else and go, okay, you know what? They're just playing their role as they're meant to. It's not their fault. I'm not going to project and blame. I'm taking responsibility for this. So because of that, I'm coming into my heart, and eventually you can get to that baseline level which is inside of you, and love can come out and flow. And it's your true nature. And then you can look at people into their eyes. Remember that they're a soul. There's a beautiful soul in there. They're playing a role as a human being.
Mm.
That role is helping you to trigger and release deep stuff that you've been carrying for thousands of lifetimes, maybe. And so you're releasing karmic debt of the past. They're helping you. And as you start to move through this, more and more love then comes, and you're able to maybe even get to a point, and this might be way down the line, where you're able to thank them for playing their role.
Mm.
And and so it's a process. And we can't push ourselves to move. You can't just go, I'm actually in absolute torment right now, and I've got to be love. You can't do that, because that just bottles in all of those low vibrations, and then you're not learning from the situation. Embrace and embody the situation, accept it, and then love will naturally arise as you move through the process.
Okay. And then the tiniest of follow-up questions. So everything is resolved, and a lot of people will go back right to the life they were living before. I'm still going to do one act like the crystal or the sage. I'm going to do one act in between. Can you remind people how to take stock, and it's okay to change countries, change lifestyles, change professions, to let go of roles or what you thought you knew going into that situation, to truly let go and go for, I don't have the right words, freedom, more fun, a shift in perspective, living on an island in the Caribbean, but not in a European country, or it could be America, it could be wherever. Can you talk to us about, in an adult way, the way you've been doing it, how the opportunity for growth and expansion often takes new forms, and how to pay attention on that, because it isn't always just go right back to what you were doing before. And it could be a divorce, it could be health. It creates profound shifts, and you're going to be really good at this. I'm going to show a little bit of light though in my hands to buy time. And then I'll go bigger once you say a few colors. This is just consciousness auras, the force from Star Wars, universal love. Call it what you will, but it's fun. And you're seeing with your heart, you're seeing with all of you, and you get another dad joke. Okay. Santa's reindeer, Blitzen, Dancer, just those two. Why do they drink so much coffee?
Tell me.
Because they're Santa's Starbucks. Okay. And I'll start off small and just
Yeah.
allow, no triota. And what colors are you seeing between my fingers?
Pink and green.
Okay. And then you can get an object, cardinals, a Merkaba, Jesus's face, vortices, an infinity symbol. People have gotten
Yeah.
everything by now. What are you getting now?
A spiral of golden light.
Okay. And if you don't mind cupping your hands, it could be off camera, like you're in the shower catching water from the shower head coming down. You're capturing a little pool of water in your hands. Let this light go into your hands and help you with the answer somehow. It'll be angels, loving beings doing all this and helping you. But let me know when you fully got it in your hands. I'll stop, sit down, and we're going to turn to Natalie. You're going to talk and wax more than poetic.
Yeah.
Okay, you
Yeah.
got it. What
Yeah.
is the answer for allowing for profound shifts after something like this?
To recognize and know that because you've gone through such a process, you are changed. To actually, the key is to recognize the difference, and to honor the present moment of that which you are. And so we're always changing. And especially when we go through something hard, we shed thousands of layers when we go through something hard. When we go through something easy, maybe we shed one layer. Maybe we actually create more layers because we attach to it.
Hmm.
So when you go through something so hard like that, oh boy, do you become a changed person. So to recognize that change is so beautiful, and to allow yourself to be as you are, moment by moment by moment, rather than trying to use the mind to attach to a past version of you. You're a whole new version of you. You get to experience life completely different. So breathing into presence and feeling your way through. What's in my heart? What do I feel like doing now? Where do I want to go with life now? Because I am what I am moment by moment. And that's the true freedom. And it's interesting because I've noticed in my own mind patterns that arise. And I noticed how in my own mind, it wanted to find continuity. So it wanted to look at behind at the past. Oh, in the past you would do this, so this is what's happening here. Or this is a big one. Probably many people have this one too. You wake up in the morning and you feel a bit like, oh, I feel a bit off. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have an off day today. The mind does that. No, you're having an off moment. Just a moment. Next moment's gonna bring something else. So the less the mind tries to, and the mind tries to create pattern because it wants to feel safe. Be in the unknown. Who knows what you're gonna be next? I don't know what I'm gonna even say next. It's so freeing to just be with whatever's arising.
Super short staccato. I don't know the word. Short opportunities here. A tiny, and we're done with the topic forever. A person goes through something major. They've come out the other side. There's a couple little buts through thinking that pop up, but my house, but my possessions, but my circle of friends will never understand. Maybe I do need to relocate. Can we just do three of those in 10 words or less for each one? And I'll just do it this way. If someone says, but my house, I don't want to leave the home. You know you're supposed to move or transition to a different part of the country, to another country, to do something new. What do we do with the buts?
Ask yourself what part of me is scared to move forward.
Mm,
And what part is that? Like, what is it actually that's going, but, what is that? The answer is it's the part of the mind, which we sometimes call the ego, or I sometimes call it the lower mind. It's a lower frequency part of the mind that it's full of fear. It's full of patterns and conditioning. It's so scared of the unknown. That's what it is. So you are consciousness, you are awareness, and you can just be aware of it and speak like a parent to it. Why are you so scared?
mm. Beautiful. I'll put up three angels, Joy, Charlotte, and Min, unless you want a different one in a little bit. Can we have you get a private something from them and a hug? And then can you get something public for all of us? Here's Joy. You've been on so much, you've seen all these angels before. Folks at home, actual photos, they'll change colors. Close your eyes and see her that way if you want. Or look at a window if you're really bold. Just look really far away if you're shy. But you can see full on standing in the sunlight out there, see a 29-year-old Joy waving hi, without wings, then with wings. Then you're going to freak out for a little while. Put the comments about how much you freaked out in the show. And what are you getting from Joy for all of us that pertains perhaps to what we've been talking about?
It's interesting. It's coming in as a dissolving of the mother wound.
Ooh.
So I can feel it in the left side of the sacral chakra, the left side of the belly, the left, all the way to the left hip. I'm starting to get like pulsing and tight energy. And what it's saying is it's giving us, joy is giving us an opportunity to release the mother wound, the wound of where we've maybe felt disconnected from our mother, or that she hasn't understood us, or that she hasn't supported us, or we haven't felt held. But it's to do with feeling unsupported. And yeah, it's powerful to have this release. I can actually feel it moving from tightness into vibration and letting go now. So everyone here, And it might you might not even realize you might have the most wonderful relationship with your mother, but there could have been one moment when you were little, when your mother didn't respond to you or didn't support you in the way in which you as a little child needed in that moment. That's releasing. And that releases layers and layers of patterns connected to the belief, I am not supported. So I am not supported belief is starting to release now.
Nice. Charlotte is, how do I describe her? Like Audrey Hepburn's sister in her 50s or 60s, or late 40s. Everyone's favorite school teacher from third form. The nice one, not the one who got you in trouble or got you arrested to make a joke. Okay, here's Charlotte. What are you getting from Charlotte? Get something private first. Just say, got it. It could be a hug, could be sparkles, it could be words, all the above.
Hmm, got
And
it.
then what's Charlotte have to add to the equation?
The feeling is coming down to the depth of the ocean. At the depth of the ocean is this peace and stillness. So it's always here in the present moment. It's always available to you. Enter into this space and this peace now. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, one or two more photos because I think I do four archangels to wrap that up. Here's Minn. She's a longer name, but Minn like Minnesota, Lakota Sioux word for water. And she's a soft-spoken professor, Mother Hawaii-ish, light waves of energy and water. Just think Pacific Princess for people who need details at home. My guardian angel, but maybe 80,000 other people's guardian angel. And to plug the show, episode 110, August 30th of 2024, Dr. Karen Wyatt, a retired physician, talked about how when she was, before she was a physician, safe in a bed at home in a safe house when she was like 9. She talks about it on the show. Details are there. She woke up and saw an angel all in white at the foot of her bed, and she knew she wanted to be a doctor from that moment forward. And then later, after she retired, so I don't want to say an age or anything, but a long career in as a physician. She was on the beach in Redondo Beach, and this is very possible you can meet angels in full human form. She got to sit with her for half an hour as a human, and she knew right away when she saw this photo that was her guardian angel, and she's not the only guest. Okay, so for Minn, Minn has something profound, and get something very private first. Oceany swirls, get a lot of love. And what's Minn have for humanity, mankind, and something that reminds us all what you've been talking about?
It's time to be excited. Excited in the way of knowing that life is flowing exactly as it's meant to. It's time to know this as a truth and to surrender into the flow of life with this deep joy and enthusiasm for you get to live life fully every single moment you are alive.
Hmm. Beautiful. And just as much as love is a constant, there's tons of consciousness, awareness, sparkle, and delight. It's never, well, maybe it's flickered a little and sparkled a little, but only our thinking can pull us away. But we can think things are dark over in this country or that country or in our backyard or over there or in our daily life. So something can pull you out of the slipstream of love. And I'd love for you to get four archangels. I'll put it up close in just a second. Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, rainbow pie slices. I'd love for you to listen and then their message, something about chin up. There is a bigger plan, I believe. And I'll leave it at that. You've got to do the listening, but make sure you get a lot of love from them first, something that ripples around for days through your upcoming weekend, through the month. And we're taping in December right now, if you haven't guessed. And into the new year for you, Natalie. We love you and you're amazing and you need to hear this. And if guests could please, if audience could please put some lovely emojis for her or more. Um, yeah. Okay,
Oh,
what are you
I
getting? It
feel the
says Gabriel.
love.
Yeah, it's Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel. And there's three more off camera. I cropped this. So Zadkiel, Shamiel, and Jophiel. If you want to get a pile on, you can have a pile on.
Oh, it feels incredible. So much support. And the message that's coming through is you're never alone. Every single step of the way, your hands are held by the angels. And in the moments that are really hard, you are like piggybacked. I'm seeing a piggyback on the beach, skipping, completely held and supported.
And there's all the archangels with Metatron, the little guy right here. And so, a final bit before we have you close out the show, have all the archangels, if you don't mind putting your hands out any which way, I'll call it kumbaya, but people at home, just put your hands out like you're at a concert or towards the camera. It doesn't matter which way. Have them fully come in, get a last bit of waltzing and a lot of love. And that was over my house. I was sitting 10 or 12 years ago in my living room of my first Austin home. I'm in San Antonio today. I'm an East Coaster. And I just hear go out and take a photo. And I wasn't in the mood where I would have been like, oh, what are you talking about? And who is this talking to me? I grabbed the sure shot camera. I shot over the house and it was just beautiful. And
Oh, it's incredible, Michael. Wow.
yeah. And so you got something from them. What is we'll call it all the angels in the world. And what's the big message for us all? And then you are closing us out. So run the whole way through it.
It is a miracle to be a human, to have this experience. It is so precious. And so bring your awareness into your heart to fully embrace, embody, and open to this beauty that is you. There is nobody else like you. You are an absolute unique expression of consciousness here right now. You are living your soul purpose just by being you. Consciousness, God, universe gets to express itself as the unique perspective and understanding and experience as you, and that is soul purpose complete. So anything else that you do or create or say or experience above just being you is an add-on to that which is already flowing.
And if you could leave your eyes shut, let the archangels, angels do something very special for you. This will be like a 30-second exercise, and we get to tell another dad joke. Have them, with your permission, it's not really an out of body experience if angels are completely handling the details and you're only going to go like 10 feet up. They're going to show you you as light and just pull you back a little bit through their eyes. They'll show you you as light. And then we're all love like this. And I'm going to tell a dad joke. And as you laugh, you can see yourself expand in the light because you're flowing more love with laughter as love. And so let us know when you're there and you've got their, we'll call it eyesight. And then, of course, oh, I have it. So it's a 20-second Santa Claus, Mrs. Claus joke. They're at their summer retreat. It's June. They get June off every year. They earned it. I can't tell you where, but I'm twisting my arm on camera. Fine. Banff, Canada, palatial property up in Canada. They're in the backyard looking at the sunset going down on the mountains. It's beautiful. Mrs. Claus standing next to Santa, but Mrs. Claus sees lightning bolts, clouds, something's coming their way. So she turns to Santa and says, looks like reindeer. And now see yourself light up with love. And if you don't mind in a little bit, enjoy that and get a lot of hugs from angels, but then describe to us one more time how we ripple love when we can just let go of the thinking, the knowing that precludes possibility. And you've got such beautiful words all the time for all of this.
It is your true state of being, this love. And so when you bring awareness into your heartbeat is pulsing. Every pulse is a ripple of this love, and it makes such a difference in this world. Every pulse of love goes further and reaches more people than a pulse of fear because that contracts into the body. So every time your heart beats and you feel love, know that those ripples are crossing all the way across the globe. It's touching the whales and all the beautiful beings that live under the ocean. It's touching every plant and tree and every blade of grass. And it's touching humans, humans that might be suffering, that might be needing a little bit of love, a little bit of support to get through whatever they're going through. So know that every time you tap into that love, you are making a difference in the world.
Mm. Natalie, namaste. You are incredible. I'm going to say, I don't know what to call it, a blessing. I'm not usually doing this, but I'm doing it a lot privately, always wishing the world well today. But I will say it. I got this from Chris Craighead on the Sean Ryan show. I love this expression. May God, angels, and infinite loving beings bless you this day and every day forward. And may you be filled with love, and may joy bring in a lot of reminders anytime it gets too serious, and for everybody in the audience as well. And may 2026 be filled with lots of joy and love and fun. You're wonderful. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me here, and thank you everyone for being in this frequency together, because together we are truly making a difference in this world. We are raising the frequency, and it's so wonderful to see.